Welcome to his house, where we gon' run our mouth, while sipping purty, that's purty, yeah, that's on me. All the new folks, welcome. I'm my purties, welcome back. If you feel like you're a purty, but you're not sure, just double check and subscribe. Hit that circular face at the bottom. You know what to do. We'd love to have you. Yeah, so welcome to the His House. It goes down. On another episode of the His House edition, we're going to talk about closure, okay? Because I'm one of them people, I'm not really a people person, but the people that I'm really about, like my friends or my men or my girls, even though I've never had a girl, but you know what I'm saying? Like people that I care about in my life, my family mainly, um, and friends. Like I would be overly invested in making sure they're good, just so they be like, okay, she one of those friends you got to keep around, and I would go out my way to make sure I was the best friend. But a lot of times I got disappointed. Like they wasn't giving me the same energy. It wasn't really received back in the way that I hoped and dreamed and wanted it to be received. And then I've had breakups, guys not being exactly what I would like them to be, but it is what it is. Everybody's not me. So therefore, disappointment is somewhat inevitable unless you meet your perfect match or whatever, which happens like once in a lifetime or every so often or whatever. So with that being said, I used to be a person that it would hurt my to the core if people just ghosted me. Like I hated that. I hated that. I mean, for years, that would be like, I would try to reach out. I would try to find out what's wrong. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Why you do that? Why you say that? Why you feel like that? What did I do? And even though it was times I wouldn't even be in myself, like that was how crazy it was. I wouldn't even truly be myself. Like I would be the good girl. I was a church girl. I was a good girl. All this, all that. And then behind the, with my other friend, I may act a different way. And I'm like, you know what? I be flip flopping. I don't know. But I feel like, in an effort to be the best friend that I could, like I would try to accommodate my friends. And I'd be like, that's fake though. That's kind of fake. So when from my friendships ended, I was like, you know what? That's kind of freeing. I can be myself, around the people that I could be myself around, which I really didn't realize I was doing it. I think mainly because I was so invested in the church from a younger age growing up. Like I was wanting my church folks to see me in a certain light, a certain way. And those were a lot of my friendships came from. And my family, of course, saw me in a certain way. So I was really reserved on how I would act and do things. And since a lot of the people that I met them earlier on in my life, it was like, okay, I was two people. So I was like a Gemini. I heard they have two personalities. I would have two personalities, but I still even do to today. Like I'm one way in certain scenarios, and then you catch me another scenario and I'm a different way. Like, I don't know. It's just me. But I don't really know why I do that, because I really don't be meaning no harm. Like when I'm in that position, like I be really like vibing in whatever scenario I'm in. But anyway, I say that to say this. You know, it's not even about closure no more to me. Like if you're going to step. If you're going to be around, be around. I don't care anymore. And my peace is like everything to me. It's almost as if, dang, why did I ever want somebody around? Ever. Like, I don't even care to talk to people for real now. Like, I do, but it's definitely not as frequent as I used to. And it's so, like, much more peaceful. And I don't have to worry about people's problems, what people going through, this and this and that. Because I rather do me. You know what I'm saying? And I would hear every excuse in the book as to why people couldn't keep it real, to the fact of, I'm busy, or, this excuse, that excuse. But the real underlying excuse is, if you want to talk to somebody, you're going to talk to them. If you want to avoid somebody, you're going to avoid them. So in my later years, I've learned that closure can be nonverbal. Closure is most of the time nonverbal. Okay? So don't feel like because somebody's not verbally telling you what it is, learn to listen to those nonverbal cues. They speak volumes. They speak so much louder than any verbal cue that you can ever get from a person. Okay? Now, unless somebody intercepts the communication, because people do that nowadays now. So I've heard so many fake profiles pretending to be other people just so they can talk to me and trying to act like they this or act like that. It's crazy. You know, probably people that made a fake profile about me acting like they talking to somebody else and I ain't never talked to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So if it's not that, then it's this. If a person is too busy to talk to you, that just is what it is. It ain't no ifs, ands, or but about it, baby. You're not on their priority list. Check facts. So you're like, okay, they busy. Baby, yeah, they too busy. Find you something else to do. Find you somebody else to hang with. That just is what it is. Like, period. You know, then you hear, like, of course, you know, some people are out of town. That makes more sense. Like, people that's not like in your same city or in your same state, yeah, they're more excuse of why you don't talk to them all the time, why you don't see them all the time. They get a pass. But even with that, you know, if you're the one to talk to somebody, you can conversate over social media, over the phone. Like, there's other ways to get around that. Okay, so if a person say they love you, they want to talk to you, they want to be with you, but you never hear them hitting up your phone, you never see them making a trip to your make plans with you, come see you, it is what it is. They're telling you in a nonverbal way that they really not feeling you like they say they are feeling you. And I used to hate that because I used to always like to hear that confirmation from people, like, why are you doing this? Why are you acting like this? Why are you treating me like this? But at the point of the day, like, a lot of people, which is more of a spiritual level, when you learn to tap into things that are seen and unseen, right, to understand the world, so I become more of a spiritual person, I've learned that it's not really about what is being said a lot of the times, because a lot of times people are going to put their best foot forward to get what they want from you, or to appease you, or to get you to leave them alone. Like, people are going to say stuff, and I've said stuff before, you know. I know one person was just randomly like, tell me you love me. Okay, I love you. Yeah, but I had to later tell them, like, if I tell you I love you, don't necessarily mean I love you. You know what I'm saying? But it was a time back then I would just say stuff like, but that's the point. I've said stuff just to say stuff before. So what makes you think that other people are not just going to say stuff to say stuff? But the truth is, if I really love a person, I'm going to show them with my actions. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I may buy them flowers. I may call them. I may this and I may that. That's more important than anything that I ever say to a person. Because a lot of times, especially now, since I'm more private, like, I'm only going to tell you what I want to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, especially in this age where I got some weirdos trying to be in my business, people calling me for fake numbers, fake, you know, trying to find out what I got going on, because I'm really so anal with my stuff and I really don't be telling people what's going on. I don't really talk to people like that. People be so weird. Like, they be trying to really find out what I'm doing. And so a lot of times I may make fibs, I may lie, I may say a lot of stuff, because at the end of the day, I don't even know you. At the end of the day, I don't even care that you know anything about me. We never had a conversation before in my life. So why am I going to tell you information about me that I could care less about you knowing? Care less if you know. So in those situations, don't believe nothing that come out of my mouth unless I'm really invested in you. If I have no investigation in you, if I have no loyalty to you, what I say means nothing. Even what I do, sometimes I'll do stuff just to get something from it. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Sometimes I may do something just to see what you're gonna do. You know, if that makes sense. Like, okay, so I'm calling you. Are you gonna pick up? But did I care if you picked up? No, not really. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna text you. See if you text me back. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like this. So with that being said, they always say, don't believe nothing that you hear and only half of what you see. Because at the end of the day, it's like, it's really more about invested. Like, if you around a person and they're talking to you, they're laughing with you, they're joking with you, you can tell. It's more of like a feeling sense, a vibe, as they say. Like, is this person rock with me, or they just don't really want to be around me? You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel it more so than anything that somebody say, anything that somebody do. It's going to be like a feeling. And you be like, oh, that felt off, or that didn't feel genuine, or that felt fake. So all I'm saying is, with that being said, don't think that you have to have closure, because, especially a verbal closure, because a lot of times people are going to walk away. People are not going to have an explanation. And it just is what it is. They have their prerogative to do that. And maybe it's bad timing for them. Maybe they're at a place in their life where they're trying to find themselves. Maybe they're at a place in their life they're trying to focus on their other things that they got going on in their life. So don't be selfish. Once they're ready to talk, they're going to come around and talk. If you want to talk to them, then talk to them. If you don't want to talk to them, then forget them. Walk on. You know what I'm saying? People are going to share with you what they want, when they want to share with you, how they want to share with you, and if they want to share with you. If they don't want to do it, that's their prerogative. Maybe they don't feel comfortable enough sharing certain things with you, comfortable enough talking to you. That's something, information that you need to know and be aware of. You don't even have to really ask them, like, why you feel like you can't talk to me? Because the fact that they're not talking to you is an indication of the fact that they don't feel comfortable talking to you. It's really an understood conversation, pretty much. If a person is not claiming you as their person, you're not my bae, you're not my boo. You don't have to ask them, why you never call me this? Why you never tell me this? It's because they don't want to. If they wanted to, they would say, oh, I love you, I love this, and you're my bae, you're my boo. It's very much simple. We make it so much harder than it has to be. We make all these excuses. We make all these explanations on why this is this and why that is that. Why an apple is an apple because it's red. An orange is an orange because it's orange, and it is an orange. Like, it's really nothing left or right about it. It just is what it is. So instead of making excuses, trying to get journalities and explanations for the way a person is treating you or acting towards you, that's your closure. You just gotta listen to what's not being said, listen to what's being done or not being done. It speaks volumes. Go with your feelings, your gut feelings. A lot of times I be trying to overlook my feelings until one day I realize they be on point. Listen to that stuff.
Well, keep some pretty, and that's on me. All is allegedly, that's pretty. They say that we purty, you like when you do dirty. It's so thirsty, sipping that purty. It's so freaky dirty, body getting bigger, like stick figures.